Throughout its legacy of 100 years, Indian cinema has been dependent on professionals who specialize on impersonating another life on screen. We call them actors. Animation, non-actors, form-based films with intentional subdued acting have been made in Indian cinema with fair share of success. But coming from its origin of theatrics, it has always been an actor-driven art in this country. Irfan Khan is one of the finest actors this country has produced. This is Film Ko Bat's tribute to the great artist who left this world a few days ago, and our modest attempt to understand what's great about Irfan Khan, the actor. A good actor is expected to have optimum expressiveness, skills to impersonate, and voice to communicate. But what elevates one from good to great is the charisma of an actor. This is the charm and mystique that enlightens a scene when the actor steps onto the screen. Irfan was all about that charisma. Remember the Ruhdar entry scene in Haider? Amidst the snow-clad surroundings, penetrating the numbness the movie was having on its audience till then, Irfan enters. "Main doctor ki rooh hu," says Ruhdar. In Hamlet, it was the father's ghost inciting the prince in constant search for revenge. In an act of sheer brilliance, director Vishal Bhardwaj replaces the ghost with a mystique man, who can either be a friend or a terrorist exploiting Shahid's Haider. Who other than Irfan could have been cast in this role? It is Irfan's charisma which adds the necessary depth, appeal, and ambiguity which the character deserved.
आप डॉक्टर है क्या?
मैं डॉक्टर की रूह हूँ।
Along with charisma, Irfan had tremendous energy on screen. Seldom visible in most of his films, but brought to the forefront in Pan Singh Tomar. Irfan plays the athlete turned Baghi in Pan Singh Tomar. Here, Irfan acts with his face, eyes, and rest of the body while running in more than a few scenes. Think about that. You need to act while you run, and you need to repeat that until your co-actors fare fine for the scene, and the director is happy. But it's not only about the physical energy in acting. Irfan's key strength was his fascinating skill of voice modulation. He, as if had a remote in his hand, to slower, fasten, push, or restrain his dialogue throw at will. In the same dialogue, the ups and lows of modulation that Irfan could bring was outstanding.
अरे कहाँ भगाए जा रहा हो दत्ता? हमसे भग के चले जाएगो का? हमारे माने तेरो का बिगाड़ो जो तुम्हारे बंदूक के बढ़ते मारो हैं? हमारी बूढ़ी माँ को तुम बंदूक के बढ़ते मारो?
गलती है गई, माफ कर दे।
अरे हमसे ऐसी क्या गलती है? क्या गलती है? ये तेरे हमसे हमारो खेल को मैदान छीन ले।
माफ कर दे भैया।
और तेरे लोगों ने हमारे हाथ में जेब पकड़ा दी। अब हम भाग रहे चंबल का बीहड़ में। जा बात को जवाब को देगो, जा बात को जवाब को देगो।
Another defining attribute of a great actor is the sense of trust and relatability one can bring to the character being played. You watch a star from a distance, but an actor has to come close to you and make you believe that they are part of your world. A star can afford to thrive on dialogues, but an actor has to listen and listen well. And unless they can keep aside their ego and start listening to their co-actors, the scene can never elevate itself. An actor has to surrender a bland response to create a true response, which happens only if adequate respect is paid to others on screen. Irfan had that kind of respect for his co-actors. Check him when his screen partners are delivering, when he's creating space for others in the screen, even if they are extras or junior artists. It is this feat of his which enables him to play the second fiddle with ease in front of Shah Rukh, the star, in Billu, and yet create more memorable moments. No wonder Vishal Bhardwaj has cast Irfan in two of the most complicated Shakespeare character adaptations on Indian screen, that of Hamlet's father's ghost and Macbeth.
काका
वापस जा।
सुगात सुगात
तेरे से बोला वापस जा।
वापस जा साले भाइयों के बीच में कोई आएगा नहीं।
Emotions is what an actor puts to a scene in making it convincing. We are aware when sitting in a theatre that all going on in front of us is make-believe. However, we still laugh, cry, or feel goosebumps because of the display of emotions in front of us. Emotion is a difficult balance in itself, a constant high-wire walk between melodrama and stiffness. Irfan almost always hit the right balance. He was melodramatic when needed and subdued as per the demand of the script. However, it is his middle ground performances which have left the most lasting impact in our memory. Again, his voice modulation is what helped him most in attaining this craft. Who can forget his muted one-liners as if speaking to oneself? Piku has so many of them. Stressing on the right word of a dialogue is something Irfan mastered and mesmerized us film after film. Just watch his tone in this scene from The Namesake, in calling out his son's name Gogol. Isn't it exactly how a father would call his son in an intimate moment of care?
Don't go so far that I cannot see you. He's too little.
Jump, jump.
শুনছো কি?
Arey Baba, the camera. It is on the car. Ish. All this way, no picture. Huh? Ki kori? We just have to remember it then. Huh? Will you remember this day, Gogo?
How long do I have to remember it?
Remember it always. Remember that you and I made this journey and we went together to a place where there was nowhere left to go.
Bollywood has mostly expressed love as physicality. However, it is those tender expressions of love which make the most mark. Irfan has done both in a few of his films. His expressions of boisterous pushing love gave us great moments in Life in a Metro or Hindi Medium. While in Lunchbox or Maqbool, we get the most subtle, mellowed down yet touching moments of romance from the actor. The intensity of feelings, the honesty of emotions come out of his character with bare minimal dialogues, or maybe just by a stare or blink of the eye. The script creates the premise, while Irfan's innovation and expressions elevate it to the desired state. Watch out for the pride and care in Irfan's voice and expressions in this scene from the Lunchbox, where he suggests his wife might be off, but he has a girlfriend. When inquired about his girlfriend's name, there is a pause of 14 seconds before Irfan's character reveals the name. Within these 14 seconds of pause, Irfan displays a panorama of expressions at the camera zooming on him. From discomfort to inhibition, from desire to anxiety, and finally the warmth and relaxation before revealing his secret to someone. These are the 14 seconds of pure gold which no one can teach an actor. An actor improvises within and enchants the audience. These 14 seconds is actor Irfan Khan.
आपकी मिसेस क्या करती हैं सर?
चुप रहना सर, इसको कुछ पता होता तो है नहीं।
नहीं कोई बात नहीं, मेरा मैसेज गुजर गया, ऑफ हो गया। लेकिन मेरा गर्लफ्रेंड है।
आपकी?
हाँ।
नाम क्या है उनका?
ईला।
It is almost a cliche to say that Irfan Khan's loss is a massive blow to world cinema. This irreplaceable loss of charisma, energy, trust, emotion, and romance, among other things, will be hard to fill. In this rather insignificant homage to a stalwart of cinema, we have discussed few of his popular roles. However, Irfan has been part of lesser-known movies such as Kissa, Talwar, or A Mighty Heart, where his performance made us sit up and notice. That has always been the thing with Irfan. He never needed to be the protagonist to have an impact. He was like the moon in a solar system which outshone several suns, but always with poignancy and never to burn you. We miss you, Irfan.
I suppose in the end, the whole of life becomes an act of letting go. But what always hurts the most is not taking a moment to say goodbye.